It was a Wednesday, just after noon, and I was halfway through a brisket sandwich behind the install truck when my phone buzzed. I had 20 minutes before I had to get back inside and hook up another line set for the brewery's cooling system. We'd been grinding since Monday, long days, no drama. Stephanie had sent a good morning text, kissed face emoji and all. Said she missed me and to bring her back a bottle of that honey mead. Felt normal, solid. Then I opened Facebook. Top of the feed, Stephanie's name. I didn't even click right away. The caption hit first. Warehouse party with my person 2 hearts. I just stared at it. Felt like someone hit the brakes on my chest. Then I tapped it, slow, like it might change if I looked closer. She was in that black jumpsuit I bought her last year for our anniversary. The one she made a big deal about never wearing until she had the right occasion. Standing under some exposed brick archway, string lights overhead, holding a drink in one hand. And wrapped around her waist was Vince. Vince, her event consultant friend. Married. Kid. Always talked about his wife's gluten-free bakery like he was some wholesome dad type. His wedding ring was out of frame, just barely. Intentional. Comment under the photo from her cousin Danielle. Finally, you two are such a vibe. So it wasn't just some comforting a friend situation. People knew. I didn't throw my phone. Didn't call her. Didn't yell or type out some paragraph she'd ignore anyway. I just sat there for a minute, chewing slow, my jaw locked tight. It was like everything froze around me. The traffic, the hammering inside the brewery, even the heat off the blacktop. All of it faded. Then I saved the post. Screenshot. Download. Backup. I opened a new message. No greeting. Just attached the photo and typed out one line. Figured you'd want to see this. I'll be back sooner than planned. Sent it to her dad first, Army vet, still runs 5 miles before breakfast. Then her mom, homemaker, church choir, still thinks tattoos are a moral failing. Didn't wait for a reply. Just locked my phone and stood up. Back to work. We had ductwork to finish. I finished the duct run, wiped my hands, and stepped back into the truck. Pulled up my flight app and tapped change return. 6 days early, $350. No refund. Didn't blink. I paid it, closed the screen, and moved to the next thing. Next tab, U-Haul. One way, medium box truck, Saturday pickup. Scheduled it, prepaid. Then I called James. He picked up on the second ring. Yo, what's up? You still in Texas? Yeah, I said. Not for long. You still crashing at your cousin's? Yeah, unfortunately. Why? I've got an open room, $1,000 a month. Utilities covered. No drama, no lease, just month to month. You want it? Dead silence. Then a loud laugh. Are you serious? Saturday, I said. Be ready to move in. Hell yes, man. I'm in. You good though? This sounds like a breakup call. You could say that. I owe you a bottle and dinner, he said. You owe me rent. Saturday. Hung up. Muted Stephanie's number. I wasn't playing ping pong with someone who thought warehouse parties with her person was subtle. I finished the install like nothing had happened. Screwed down every panel. Zip-tied every loose wire. Wrapped the final lines in foam and taped the ends clean. I signed off the job sheet with the foreman, loaded my tools, and locked the truck up for the last time that week. An hour later, her text started rolling in. What did you do? My parents are freaking out. It's not what it looks like. He's going through a tough time, right? A tough time that just happened to involve her wearing the outfit I bought, clinging to a married dude like they were prom dates. I didn't reply, just took screenshots. All of them, time-stamped and saved to the same folder. I had 2 more nights in the motel. I cracked a beer, turned on the TV, and laid out my whole exit in a notepad. Room by room. What was mine, what could be tossed, what she'd try to claim that I had receipts for. It was almost funny how little of the house was hers. She'd moved in with throw pillows and half a spice rack. Next morning, I woke up to another string of texts. You're blowing this up over a picture. I didn't cheat. Why are you being so cold? Please talk to me. I opened every one. Read them twice, then backed them up and closed the app. She thought I'd snap. Thought I'd scream and beg and throw ultimatums like I was desperate to fix something she lit on fire. Nah. I went out for breakfast tacos and picked up a roll of shrink wrap for the furniture legs. That Friday night, I was wheels up at 7:45 out of Austin Bergstrom. No delays. Smooth flight. I didn't tell a single soul except James. I didn't know anyone else a damn thing. I came down the escalator at Austin Bergstrom like any other traveler. Carry-on slung over my shoulder, backpack tight to my chest. It was barely 9 a.m. The terminal smelled like cinnamon rolls and burned coffee. I hit the bottom step, scanned the crowd at baggage claim, and spotted her instantly. Stephanie. She was pacing by Carousel 2 in that beige jacket she always wore when she wanted to look mature. Her cousin Danielle stood behind her, arms crossed, trying too hard to look casual. Vince was off to the side, pretending not to be part of it, but he was there. Same smug face from the Facebook post. Same scruff, same leather jacket. Like he'd been styled for betrayal. Stephanie saw me and broke into a run. Wait, can we just talk? Please. Her voice cracked halfway through the sentence. I's already glossy. I didn't slow down. Didn't blink. Just walked right past her. She grabbed my sleeve. Can you just stop for 2 seconds? I pulled my arm free. You had 3 years. Behind her, Vince stepped forward, hands half raised like I might punch him or something. Look, man, it's not like that. We're just friends. It's not what you think. I stopped and faced him head on. You still married? He blinked, glanced at Stephanie, then at Danielle. That's complicated. That's a yes. Danielle jumped in. Stepping between us like this was some family barbecue and not a damn public embarrassment. You're making this a bigger deal than it is. You blindsided her parents. Good, I said. They deserve to know what their daughter's been up to while living in my house. Stephanie looked like she was about to collapse. I made a mistake, okay? I never meant to hurt you. I reached into my backpack and pulled out the envelope, handed it to her. You can go to your house. I'm going to mine. She opened it and read the top line. Guest eviction notice. Her hands started shaking. I'm not on the mortgage, she whispered. Like saying it out loud might make it untrue. Nope, you're not. 30 days to vacate. Danielle gasped like I just slapped her. Vince took a step closer. This is a lot, man. You don't have to do it like this. I looked at him dead in the eye. Go home to your wife. That shut him up. Stephanie broke into full tears. I walked right past them, grabbed my bag off the carousel, and didn't look back. They didn't follow me. Couldn't. The sun hit me the second I stepped outside. Hot and direct. I crossed the lot, unlocked the rental truck, tossed my bags inside, and fired up the engine. She got her public scene. I got my piece. I pulled into the U-Haul lot at 8:30 sharp. James was already there with 2 of his buddies. Kenny, this big ex-Marine who looked like he could deadlift a couch with one arm, and Sean, his little brother, skinny but scrappy. All 3 had gas station coffee and work gloves on. James grinned when he saw me. You sure you don't want to burn the place down instead? He joked, hopping into the truck. Nah, I said. I want my stuff. We rolled out 10 minutes later. 15-minute drive to the house. I backed into the driveway. The second I stepped out, I heard her. You can't just show up like this. Stephanie was standing on the front porch, phone in hand, camera aimed straight at us. She was screaming something about harassment, home invasion, and illegal eviction, like she was filming an episode of Dateline. Kenny raised an eyebrow. That her? That's her. James shook his head. She's already recording? Damn. I thought we'd at least get through the living room first. I didn't even look at her. I unlocked the door, stepped inside, and called out calmly. We're here to collect my property. Nothing else. Silence. Then a slam. Master bedroom. Locked. Of course. We moved fast, kitchen first. James and Kenny started packing the dishes I paid for. Sean grabbed the air fryer and toaster. I opened the cabinet under the sink where I kept all the receipts. TV, bed frame, couch, even the damn silverware. Labeled and stapled, every one. 10 minutes in, she started yelling from behind the door. Half this stuff is mine. You don't get to decide what's shared. Got receipts? I called back. Every piece. You didn't buy a fork in this place. I lived here. That counts for something. Not in court. She screamed and called the cops. 20 minutes later, 2 officers knocked. Both looked tired already. I showed them the guest eviction notice, mortgage statement, and receipts. They walked through, asked calm questions, then gave the same answer I'd been saying for days. "Ma'am," one officer said through the bedroom door, "he has proof of ownership. He's allowed to move his things. He hasn't touched your personal belongings." "You're siding with him?" she shouted. "This is his fault." The cop sighed. "Ma'am, there's no crime here." They packed up, gave me a nod, and started heading out. Then I heard boots on the driveway. Mr. Baker. He came around the corner, jaw tight, pressed shirt, buzz cut sharp as ever. Didn't say a word until the cops were gone. Then he turned to me. "Can we talk?" "Front yard," I said. We walked out under the oak tree. He looked at the moving truck, then at me. "We don't like the way you handled this," he said flatly. "That message you sent us? Out of line." I held his stare. "You raised her. I figured you had the right to know what she was doing in my house." He nodded once. "Maybe. Doesn't matter now. We don't like what she did either. This Vince, the lying, all of it. It's not how we raised her." I didn't say anything. "She'll be gone in 5 days," he said. "I'll make sure of it." I folded my arms. "She's got 30 legally. You know that." He looked me dead in the face. "She'll be gone in 5. Then he walked inside without waiting for a response. James came around the truck with a microwave in his hands. "Well, we good?" "Yeah," I said, holding the front door open. "Let's finish." By day 5, the only thing that had changed was the number of wine bottles clinking in my recycling bin. She didn't move out. She doubled down. Vince's SUV was parked in my driveway like he owned it. Front and center in my spot, every night. They sat on the porch sipping wine, acting like it was their Airbnb. I watched from the living room window while James and I ate takeout in silence. "She seriously thinks this is gonna bother me," I said. James didn't even look up from his sandwich. "It's not subtle, but it is trashy." Then the stories started. Rebuilding from the ashes. Some people only pretend to be good men. Surviving toxicity one glass at a time. All of them geotagged from my address. She used the Instagram close friends setting, probably thought I wasn't seeing any of it. But mutuals forwarded every post. One after another. James texted me from the next room. "She's trying to get in your head." I didn't answer. I just opened my screenshots folder and saved every one. Every night Vince stayed over, I logged it. Photo of his car. Timestamp. She'd been served with guest eviction terms, and I had 6 different pictures of him on the property past midnight. Day 6. I got an envelope taped to my front door. Hand-delivered by one of her barista friends. Wearing a blazer like this was a Netflix courtroom show. I opened it on the porch. Inside, a typed letter from some discount lawyer she probably met through Vince, demanding 10 grand for emotional distress, cohabitation property, and reputational harm. I almost laughed. Instead, I called Melanie. Melanie is my cousin. Works paralegal for a law firm upstate. You don't mess with her. She once got a restraining order filed and served in under 4 hours against her own ex. I sent her the scanned letter and all the screenshots. 10 minutes later, she called. "Oh, hell no," she said, already flipping pages. "She wants money for items you paid for while she was publicly shacking up with a married man in your house? And now she's claiming distress. Apparently, baby, this letter's got more holes than a screen door in a hurricane. She's got some guy friend drafting it," I said. Melanie didn't even pause. "That's not a lawyer. That's a bluff. This crap wouldn't hold in a community college courtroom." I leaned back in my chair and stared through the blinds. Stephanie and Vince were out there again, her legs curled under her, sipping rose, pretending she didn't notice me watching. Like this was her turf. Melanie's voice dropped a notch. "You want me to send a real response?" Or you want to just let her swing and miss a few more times? Let her swing, I said. I'm keeping score. The next shot she took came from a different angle. Monday morning, I got called into the break room by Marcus, my supervisor. He shut the door behind us and leaned against the counter, arms crossed. You good? He asked. Yeah. Why? He held up his phone. We just got a call. Some woman claimed you're mentally unstable and a danger to your coworkers. Didn't give her name, but she said she was your partner. I didn't flinch. Stephanie. He nodded once. Thought so. I already logged it as harassment. Told HR it's a domestic situation. They're not doing anything unless she shows up in person. Appreciate it. She's trying to hit you where it hurts, man, Marcus said. Keep your head down. I've seen this kind of crazy before. I went back to work. Didn't miss a beat. 2 days later, she tried going corporate. This time it was LinkedIn. Big bold post with some inspirational quote at the top, followed by, I survived an emotionally abusive relationship with someone who hid behind a hard hat and a toolbox. Healing isn't linear. Don't confuse being quiet with being safe. No names, but every mutual we had knew who she was talking about. I didn't comment. I just posted a screenshot. The warehouse party with my person 2 hearts photo. No caption. Nothing else. She deleted the post within the hour. That's when she hit the panic button. She called her parents. Claimed I put hands on her. Said she was scared to leave the house because I was unpredictable and violent. I found out when Mr. Baker called me. His voice was sharp, short. We need to talk. Now. I met him at the diner on Main, same booth we used the night he co-signed her first car loan. He was already there when I walked in, coffee half gone. Didn't shake my hand. Didn't look up at first. I slid a folder across the table. Inside, my travel itinerary to Austin, flight receipts, work timestamps, even a photo of me on the brewery rooftop the same weekend she said I'd cornered her in the kitchen. He flipped through it, page by page. His face didn't move. When he finished, he closed the folder and stared out the window for a long time. She needs help, he said finally. I'll handle it. Then he got up and left the folder on the table. I picked it back up and walked out without saying a word. It was a Thursday morning when the Bakers rolled up like a dam removal squad. Big box truck in front of the house. Mr. Baker got out first, same stiff posture like he was reporting for duty. Mrs. Baker followed behind in a tailored blouse and flats, carrying a clipboard and a purse that probably held nothing but tissues and quiet judgment. Then came the real kicker, Pastor Tim from their church. He parked behind them in a silver Honda Civic, stepped out holding a Bible and a folder, like this was some kind of spiritual eviction. I was on the porch already, coffee in hand. I didn't say a word, just nodded once and stepped aside. Mr. Baker knocked loud and firm. Stephanie, open the door. No answer. He knocked again. Nothing. Mrs. Baker shifted her tone into something syrupy sweet. Stephanie, honey, open this door or we'll cancel your car, your card, and your phone plan. Silence. Then the deadbolt clicked. She opened the door with her hood up and her mouth already twisted in a scowl. Seriously? You brought the pastor. Pastor Tim gave a soft smile. We're here to support you, Stephanie. Support? You're kicking me out. Her dad didn't respond. He just walked inside like he'd done it 1,000 times. Went straight to her closet and opened it. The movers followed. 2 guys in blue shirts. Efficient, quiet, didn't say a word to me. Just started boxing things up. Stephanie stayed glued to the wall, arms crossed. I still love you, you know? She said, her eyes locked on mine. I messed up, but I didn't stop loving you. I looked her dead in the face. You loved the convenience. Big difference. She blinked like she didn't expect that. You think this has been easy for me? Before she could spin up another fake tear, Mr. Baker stepped in. Outside. Now. She hesitated. He didn't repeat himself. She walked out without another word. While the movers worked, Vince's SUV rolled by slow. I saw it from the front window. He didn't pull in, didn't wave, just kept driving the hell on. Mrs. Baker boxed up the bathroom like she was staging a house for resale. Pastor Tim stood in the hallway, offering prayers under his breath. 2 hours later, the truck was full. Stephanie stood in the front yard, arms folded again, wearing the exact same black jumpsuit from the warehouse party, like she thought it meant something. Mr. Baker nodded to me once. "We're done here." Then they got in their cars and pulled away. She didn't look back. I walked inside, shut the door, and locked it. For the first time in weeks, the house was dead quiet. No wine glasses clinking. No fake laughter on speakerphone. No Instagram story being filmed 3 feet from my face. Just stillness. I poured another cup of coffee and leaned on the counter. This house had never felt like mine while she was in it. Now it did. By the end of the week, it was like the house finally exhaled. No arguing through walls. No perfume fog in the hallway. No wine glass rings on the coffee table. Just quiet. James moved in officially on Sunday. He brought a futon, 2 duffel bags, and a mini fridge full of beer. We didn't talk about her. We just grilled burgers and watched the game like grown men not living under passive-aggressive siege. Work stayed solid. Marcus barely looked up when I walked in Monday morning. Just said, "Glad you're still standing," and tossed me a new job sheet. Stephanie disappeared for a while. Not a peep. No calls, no drive-bys, no stories. Probably had her phone locked up under her mom's thumb. Church schedule taped to the fridge. Then the rebrand started. She popped up with a new Instagram handle. Different name, same face, now filtered with soft pink tones and Bible verses. Let go and let God. Healing in His timing. My testimony is still being written. She tagged a guy in one of the posts. Some clean-shaven youth group type with button-downs and a guitar. In the comments, someone asked if it was her new man. Her mom replied under it, "Heal before pretending you're whole." I read it twice, out loud. James nearly choked on his beer. Then came the Facebook message from Vince's wife. Didn't know her name before that. Katie. Short message. No fluff. I just wanted to say thank you for posting the screenshot. It confirmed everything I'd been suspecting for months. We're divorcing now, and I'm okay with that. At least I know I wasn't crazy. I typed a reply, deleted it, typed again, deleted that too. In the end, I just left it on read. Few days later, Stephanie found a new number and sent me one final text. "I'm sorry for how things went down. I didn't handle anything right. I hope you're doing okay." That was it. No ownership, no real explanation. Just some vague swing at closure that landed like a wet tissue. I stared at the screen for a second, then powered the phone off and set it face down. No response. No need. What stuck with me the most wasn't the lying, or even the cheating. It was how easy it all unraveled. I didn't raise my voice, didn't chase her down for answers or beg her to come clean. I didn't show up with flowers or fire. Just the facts. Cold, clean, surgical. And it leveled her whole game. She tried juggling 2 lives. Thought she could keep the stable boyfriend at home while playing soulmate with someone else's husband at pop-up parties. She dropped both. Fast forward a few months, my life? Peaceful. Steady. I've been seeing someone new. Her name's Rachel. She owns her own place, drives a stick, hates drama. Asked me on our first date if I had a therapist or anger issues. That's the kind of woman she is. She doesn't post every meal or need someone to validate her every move. She's not perfect, but she's real. Every now and then someone asks if I regret pulling her parents into it. Sending them the screenshot, putting them on the front line. My answer's the same every time. She involved Vince in our relationship. I just CC'd the people who deserve to know. And they handled it better than I would've. Now she's back under their roof. That phone plan threat? Pretty sure they made good on it. She posts less these days. When she does, it's usually filtered Bible quotes and selfies with her church boyfriend, like she's trying to rehab her whole personality from scratch. I don't hate her. I just don't care anymore. She wanted to live 2 lives. Now she lives under a roof with rules and bedtime. I live rent-free in her head and my own damn house.